champion and number 4 singles champion, Victoria Chu. 2-time state champion and number 5 singles champion, Sharia Ejankar. 2-time state champion and number 6 singles champion, Catherine Kirkland. 2-time state champion and number 3 doubles champion, Sophie Smith. 2023 team state
to the Russell Building Supply Countdown to Kickoff, brought to you by Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply. Experience and knowledge from the pros at your hometown home center. And now let's look at tonight's keys to the game, presented by Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University. Scott Bagwell here, joined by Rob Pate. Rob, what you got?
Yeah, for me, defensively, Scott, we have to limit the explosive plays. I mean, this will be the most athletic team we've seen. They've scored more points than anybody we've played. They really haven't had a close game other than the one against Opelika. But, not giving up the home run balls, making them drive the length of the field and earn it on you. And then offensively, I think we got to stay on the field.
Yeah.
We got to be able to convert first downs, be really proficient with our third down efficiency, and just keep the sticks moving, limit their touches, and try to put some points on the board by just being methodical and keeping that the sticks going.
Yeah. Last week, 12 of 21 on third downs for the Tigers and 1 of 1 on fourth down. The fourth down being that big touchdown. But 21 third down attempts, 12 conversions is almost unheard of.
Yeah, that's great. And you're going to have something like that tonight because they're a team that wants to put the ball in the air. I mean, they want to be balanced, but ultimately they've got playmakers on the outside that can hurt you if you let your guard down. So just have to tackle well, have to live to see the next play.
And adding on to, you mentioned the explosive plays. Caleb Pitts was at the end of the game against Opelika, had some monster plays, and defensive end coach Brandon Hall went up to him at the end of it. Brandon Hall played at Troy, went on to play in the NFL, and Auburn High grad. Said that's how you got to do it every single game. And we need you big time against Central, because if you let Central stand in the spot and throw downfield, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah, and he's a big athletic body that when he wants to make a play, I mean, you're right. He took over the last part of that game against Opelika. He's got a massive stage to do it tonight. I mean, he's going to be competing against some guys with SEC offers.
Yep.
And so you have a lot of film. You have a lot of opportunity to make a name for yourself.
Yeah, he'll be going against Mac Waldrop, or Mal Waldrop. He's an offensive tackle, just recently got an Alabama offer. So, yeah, here's your opportunity to go get some big-time D1 eyes on you and make a huddle film of, hey, I went up against this SEC guy, and this is what I was able to do, and this is what this film looked like. And I expect Auburn. Last year, Auburn got a little bit reactive in the back seven, trying to protect the pass, and they got cashed on the run game. I think Auburn's going to get after it with their linebackers here tonight.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to. I think Coach Goolsby will have an outstanding plan for that, and they've had a week to prepare, and hopefully they can unleash something that causes some confusion and keeps this Central offense at bay.
When Auburn's had success against a Pat Nix coach Central team, they have won the line of scrimmage and got after the quarterback and made the quarterback uncomfortable. And Auburn's going to have to do it tonight, because if you let him get set with his athletes out wide, it's an impressive show that they'll put on for you. And Opelika played very, very well, but they could not stop the deep ball, and that's what ultimately led to the Red Devils getting that win over Opelika. That are tonight's keys to the game, presented by the Gooch Performing Arts Center at Auburn University. See upcoming events at goochcenter.auburn.edu. When we come back, the third member of our crew, Jack Hudden, joins the broadcast to go over what's going on in the region as we head towards the playoffs, as October slowly starts to turn towards November. We'll be right back here on the Auburn High School Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Principal Dr. Shannon Pignano and the Director of Athletics, Dan Norton, Auburn High School welcomes you to Jack Sanford Stadium, home of the Auburn Tigers. Auburn High School values sportsmanship and is committed to maintaining high standards of conduct for wholesome athletic competition. We ask that all in attendance at tonight's game to make that your personal responsibility. Thank you again for attending tonight's game. And again, welcome to the Ducks. Best of luck to our guests from Central High School. Enjoy the game and go Tigers! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Dr. Kristen Herring, Superintendent of Auburn City Schools, and Dr. Shannon Pignano, Principal of Auburn High School, we welcome you again to Duck Sanford Stadium, home of your Auburn High School Tigers. your pregame entertainment, we present the Auburn High School Marching Band. School alma mater, conducted by AHS Director of Bands, Ms. Deanna Marshall. Please remain standing as we honor our nation with the playing of the national anthem. The colors this evening are presented by the Auburn High School JROTC Color Guard. Again, welcome to the Duck and best of luck to our guests from Central Phoenix City. Enjoy the game and go Tigers!
What's the button to tell him? What's the button to tell him? Where's the button to tell him? Like, I have to tell him that it's hard to control.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm like barely touching it.
there is a white Acura MDX Florida tags DLR 0609 that has left their car running. Once again, a white Acura MDX Florida tags DLR 0609. Your car is running in the parking lot. Here are your captains for tonight's game. First, for the visiting Red Devils, number 8, Gio Sims. Number 68, Caleb Tarver. Number 88, Isaiah Faga. And number 1, Jaquan Sparks. And for your Tigers, number 71, J.R. Buckner. Number 5,
East Pressler. University in Auburn, across from Cary Creek Public.
Number 1, Henry Allen. And number 33, Towns Magoo. Auburn won the toss, deferred their option to the second half. Central received to start the game.
Listen, they were defer the option to the second half. We'll get the defense on the field when we kick off. We'll get the Auburn Bank starting lineups on the other side of this break right after kick. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. The kickoff brought to you by Russell Dewitt Center and Building Supply. Experience some knowledge from the pros at your hometown home center. Now let's look at tonight's starting lineups presented by Auburn Bank, champions of you and proud to sponsor Auburn High School football. On the offense, Henry Allen will be your quarterback. Tyler Flakes and Omar Mapson your backs. Griffin McLean, Tyler McKenna will be your tight ends. Cody Palmer your slot receiver. Ian Nation on the outside along with Gibson Lothridge. Clem Womack, your left tackle. Hugh Bodiford, the left guard. Jalen Foster, your center. Case Whaley, your right guard. Trenton Pritchett, the sophomore, gets his second start of the year at right tackle. On the defense, who will start on the field for the Tigers, Marquise Washington and Caleb Pitts, your DN. Caleb Crawford, Deuce White, your D tackles. Wyatt Schwexler, Ty Hudson will be your backers. DJ Witcher, Jace Williams will be the nickels. Pete Davis and Mike Gunn on the outside. Jackson Mills and Davis Smith are your safeties. Those starting lineups brought to you by Auburn Bank, champions of you. And it will be Towns Magoo to kick off. We're about ready. Auburn will be kicking towards the locker rooms here at Duck Sanford Stadium. Scott Backwell here, joined by Rob Pate, Jack Hudden, Sam Boyd back in the Auburn Network studio. Tigers with the white helmets, the black tops, and the white pants. Central with the red helmets, the white tops, and the white pants. Towns Magoo, the only times he did not kick it out of the end zone, it was a one that he hooked and the other one into a very stiff breeze. He will approach this one. He'll get all of that one and then some, and it will go about 3 yards deep, and Central will take over at the 20-yard line. When I say 3 yards deep, I mean 3 yards out of the end zone.
That's right, 13 yards deep, almost into the field house out there. Yeah, not big time opportunity for the Auburn defense to come out and set the tone. See if you can't come out and establish the line of scrimmage and force them into a third and an opportunistic opportunity here for this Auburn defense.
Andrew Alford will be the quarterback. He has been very, very good this year, very efficient, averaging about 274 passing yards a game as a team. Here comes motion. Tigers show middle blitz. Alford will check in, and now they'll shift, staying in a trip set to the wide side of the field. Alford in the gun, sends the running back out to the right side. Catch, wanting to go to the fade to the near side for stride. It's Pete Davis and Cam Coleman. Incomplete. Davis right there with him. And honestly, I'm not sure how that wasn't Lyman downfield. Incomplete, 2nd 10 coming. There's the matchup. Yep. Central is going to throw the ball at Pete Davis because of what happened 2 weeks ago at the Opelika game.
Yeah, Pete struggled some. You're exactly right. And the Opelika quarterback put the ball on the money. That time they had the entire formation to the field. Cam Coleman into the boundary, and they tried to fade. But nice pressure up the middle from the Auburn linebackers.
Twins to the right side, and Central will go quick and now try to see what matchup they want, whether it be the RPO or the run game. 8 seconds left to go on the play clock. Alford in the gun, claps the hands, wants a quick slant, has his receiver. Tigers got a tackle in open field. Should have been a gain of about 7 or 8. It's going to be a gain of 13 and a first down.
Yeah, that's the void that Auburn allows early in games, and see if somebody will take it. And if Central continues going there, Auburn will have to clamp down with that safety. That's just too much space there.
Upshaw on the catch. First down, the first down of the game. Alford in the gun, and now we see a lot of want to look over to the sideline. Central wants to make sure they get exactly what they want on the play call. It's quick to the line of scrimmage and then wait. Upshaw in the gun, and it's going to be an inside zone look. Tigers good pressure, and then the backers got to make sure they stay at home. Gain of about 1 on the play.
Yeah, good job there. Ty Hudson getting the tackle for his grandmother there in Jay, Florida. So know that she's proud of that. But it's exactly what you have to do on first down. I mean, you can't let them be balanced. You can't let this Central team get going on the ground, and good job by Auburn on first down.
So 2nd down and about 9. Here for Central. 10:50 left to go. Inside give once again. And Tigers defensive line do a great job. And also I think the big part is the backers are going to have to tackle once the back starts to pick and choose. Do a good job there. 3rd down and long coming, 3rd down at about 7.
And the defensive, the back 7 have to be patient right there, because that play has hurt Auburn against Central the last couple of years. The patience of the back to watch the hole, read it, and then go to green grass. Auburn has to be able to react, fill those holes, and make it into 3rd and obvious situations like they got here. Now, you have to get off the field on 3rd down.
3rd down and 7. Tigers wanted Central in this spot. Alford has it, drops back. Tigers pressure. Deuce White gets there. Tigers jump the ball, but it's going to be caught, and it's going to end up being a touchdown. Tigers get pressure. Mike Gunn goes for the deflection, not able to make the play. Cam Coleman goes the distance. Explosive plays, that's what got Central the win over Opelika, and they come up with a big one right now. 3rd down and 7. The PAT is up, and that kick is good. 9:56 left to go here. The start that Central wanted, 7-0. Red Devils lead. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
It's 24-hour door. All one stop since 1970. Franklin Tire and Auto, East University.
Kicking off for the Red Devils, number 15, Ethan Park.
All right, do not go to 23. I'm going to show Kaden the Zoom, okay? I'm sorry,
That return. Daryl Gibbs, Nita Webb, Mark absent. Far side. Auburn ball on it. It's going to be terrible field position. Tigers at the 6-yard line, maybe so. That one just scared a little bit. Auburn receiver Gibbs takes it off the all up and bad position. Turnover. Stop. Touchdown. Now you start deep in your own territory at the 8-yard line.
The Tigers will start first down and 10 on their own 8-yard line.
Has a drop back, looking for a quick throw, throws to the flat, has his receiver to the 10-yard line, to the 11. Ian Nation, gain of about 3 on that one.
Yeah, nice route right there. Liberty run there. I mean, that's how they practice. They were going to at a game.
Second, 7. Cody Palm goes to the left. Soloed up to the right side. He'll go in motion. Allen lets him get set. Now outside give to Flakes. Tigers not able to get to the second level. The defensive line wins that first engagement of the night. 3rd and 7 coming.
Yeah, and Central had a corner or safety, an outside backer look right there that was unblocked. They know Auburn's tendency to run to the boundary, and that time I think that was 17 for them that was unblocked. Even if it had been blocked well, I don't know if that play was going anywhere.
Yeah, he forced it back inside, and and the inside level got back to him. Once it rolls to its left, there's a flag on the play, which means this is going to be offsides or a false start. And it looks like they're going to get number 4, Montarius Eccles, the corner, a sophomore, offside. So 3rd down and 7 becomes 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, and that's a huge play. That's another one of the keys to the game is when you get in these situations for Auburn, it's about getting first downs and keeping that explosive Central offense over on the sidelines, building some confidence, winning the line of scrimmage, and picking up these first downs.
3rd down and 2 coming. Auburn will go with that 3 tight end look that we've seen so much the last couple of weeks. Inside give, running hard as Flakes, and he has close to first down yardage, but I think the last cut
for Auburn.
And the play clock will be reset as there was a hesitation in the rolling of the next play. Flakes moves down to the opposite side of Allen. Allen claps the hands, inside give, goes away from the pulling up blockers, and the guy that is able to come
and Central does a good job of limiting the game.
Tristan Lyle's also in there. It's a sophomore who's a very explosive, very dominant player. Sweep to the left for Henry Allen, and he puts his foot in the ground to get north and south, which is something he's done so well. Finds it going a little bit tougher here.
That up a little bit, find some lanes to be able to run successfully.
Well, they were able to throw out of that look against Opelika. See what they want to do here. Split out of tight end. Going back is Henry Allen. Finds Ian Nation. Actually had him open, but threw it a little bit behind him. Incomplete. Going after number 11, Red Morgan, the Alabama commit. A little bit behind Nation. Incomplete. Punting time for the Tigers.
Yeah, even with that set, that Central still pretty much pressing and, just not a lot of respect for Auburn beating them over the top. So, Auburn's going to have to be multiple here, and it's going to need to start here with a good punt.
Yeah, and something that Central has shown with Morgan, their stud corner, he's played the field a lot against Opelika. That time they kept him into the boundary because that's where Ian Nation went to. Tyler McKinnell back for the Tigers. Need a good one here. It's a terrible one, and it might end up being a touchdown.
Wow.
That one, he kicked the top of it and went straight into the ground and ends up rolling right into the Central safety, who caught it on the run and got a good return out of it. Luckily for Auburn, able to get a tackle. Central's going to take over at the Auburn 20, and this is reminiscent of a couple of years ago when Central came in and went up 14-0 before Auburn could get settled into the game.
Yeah, actually, they're going to take over at the 15. I mean, that ball was a total mishit. Actually, the Central guy did a very good job of fielding that cleanly, because would have easily bounced off of a Central player for an Auburn guy to recover it, but no idea what happened on that punt.
Swing receiver, right? Looked like somebody might have jumped. There's a little cut back by the Central back, and Auburn does a good job of being there. Zach Simmons with a run, gain of second down and about maybe 10. It was with the Central receiver as they were looking for number 5 on that one, Upshaw. Incomplete. 4th down and 14, field goal time coming.
Yeah, massive victory right there for the Auburn defense. I mean, Central goes backwards, taking the ball over on the Auburn 15-yard line. They're going to try to kick now a 36. Up long enough, and that kick is good. The bad punt for the Tigers cost them 3 points. 4:55 left to go here. A win for the defense, but points for Central, 10-0. Red Devils lead. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Kicking off for the Red Devils, number 15, Ethan Hall.
Goes up the middle. Next one guy missed. Unfortunately, the second guy there, who was Juan Sank. But Cincinnati commits a tackle at the 15.
And second time Sank gone low and up running. And you have that right to do it. It's effective way to slow a running back down.
Tigers have had the ball at their own 8 and their own 15-yard line here to start the game. 4:50 left to go in the opening quarter. Central leads 10-0. Receiver to the wide side of the field. Henry Allen has it, looks to roll, looking across the field. Almost had Gibson Longridge, threw it in coverage, but put it on the money, incomplete. Tigers trying to break up, trying to get the secondary a little bit loose, incomplete, 2nd and 10.
No, I think that's a very good play call. I think that's a tough pass for Henry Allen to have to make, rolling to his left. Ian Nation broke open, but it would have had to been delivered quickly. But he was going with that drag to Lowridge coming across the middle there, and almost made an outstanding one-handed snag.
2nd down and 10.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no they're going to make Auburn throw the ball to win the game.
It's like 9 in, too high look, quarterback counter up the middle, and a block away. That's a great tackle made right on the edge there, as Henry Allen's going to pick up 4 on the play, but it sure looked like he was going to have about 10 on that one.
Yeah, big hole right there. Number 17, their corner's able to get his hand out and trip Henry up. But, it gets Auburn back to close to being on schedule here to pick up this first down.
Yeah, I think a part of this frustrating there, if you're Auburn, not only that's a shoestring tackle, it's the fact you had a blocker for him.
Yeah.
Ball kind of to the edge. Puts his foot in the ground, gets tripped, and then planted out of bounds across the 20. He's going to be short of the line to gain. And we see Mikkel Green doing what an Auburn defensive lineman did at Opelika that got a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah.
No call here. 4th down and about 3.
Yeah, the coaches are going just berserk over here on the sidelines at the referee, line judge here, and Coach Etheridge with his headset off and just really in his ear. So something happened over here on the sidelines that the coaching staff does not agree with and definitely fired up about. But Auburn's going to have to reconsider running to the boundary against a fast defense.
Towns Magoo gets away, and it's a good one. And unfortunately for Towns, the way that he kicks it, he cannot get that ball to release forward, and it's going to check out of bounds at about the 36-yard line.
Well, good job ultimately of flipping field position right there. Towns kicks it away from the return man, and this Auburn defense will come out. They've done a good job of being physical. They've done a good job of stopping the run. Central's had nothing rushing the ball yet, but big plays. Got to limit the big plays here.
And defense, you feel like this is kind of like that drive down in Baton Rouge last weekend where, the game's kind of in the balance right now. Alford in the gun for the Red Devils. Claps of hands. Play action, going deep, looking for the receiver down the sideline, and got him. And put it right on the money. Finds Cam Coleman all the way down to about the 16-yard line.
Yeah, that was just one-on-one, just go route. He just had outside release and straight down the field, and that was well placed. Coleman just had to barely stick his hands out, and that thing fell right in the breadbasket. Now, he comes out limping over there, so we'll see if there's anything to that.
Gain of 48 on the play. First down, Red Devils at the 16-yard line. Play action, max protect, get on your back foot and throw it to your stud, and your stud won. Inside give up the middle, there's a little seam. Breaks the first tackle, does the running back number 24, Williams. First down and goal now inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, really the first big opening they've had on a rushing play right there, and Auburn's got a player down at the goal line. Looks like Wyatt Trexler.
And Wyatt is down as oh, that's not good. On the replay that we saw, he was running behind the play, and that back knee kind of buckled as he was running, as he's limping off right now. Auburn, Trexler, top, Hudson, Oak. I don't know if any of us mentioned that Auburn needed to get off to a good start, because I think it was understood that Auburn needed to get off to a good start, and Central has gotten off to an amazing start.
Yeah, it couldn't have gotten much worse for Auburn. I guess really the only thing that's been positive is the defense standing tall after the poor punt on Auburn's first possession. But, yeah, I mean, it's all gone the way of the Red Devils so far.
Goal 5. Tigers sub in their heavy package on the defensive line. Receiver to the left. Old did not game. Upshaw and Gentry to the left. Alford will have it. He'll give it right up the middle. Tigers win the point of attack, but then it turns into what is basically the brotherly shove.
Yeah.
Everybody get behind the running back and push forward. Gain of about 2 on the play.
That's a good job there by the Auburn defensive front, just kind of standing tall, standing their ground. Central tries to go right over center right there and just out-muscle Auburn into the end zone.
Amias Greathouse lost his helmet. He has to check out. Deuce White checks in. Pat Nix, his old SEC quarterback playing days, although I'm not sure I saw him run that fast as a quarterback, runs out to the numbers to get a hold of the white hat to call a timeout. We'll take it with him. We'll be back in 30 seconds. 10-0, Tigers trail, and it's second down and goal from the 2-yard line for the Red Devils when we return. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Provide our customers the best shopping experience possible. And after 18 years, our customer satisfaction is still. Or call us 334-887-8422.
Second down and goal from the 2. Twin receivers to the left, double tight end set here for the Red Devils. Alford in the gun. He's going to snap it up the middle, close, but short of the line to gain. If they're going to let offensive linemen get jump starts like they're this, I mean, if you're, this is the part where coaches get the madness at the officials, because these are not judgment calls. These are textbook calls that are being missed.
Yeah, I didn't look for a quarterback sneak right here with, well, they're going to go for the shotgun, but third from
third
inside
go
the one.
From one, yeah. Tigers show blitz, inside give once again. Tigers stopped him once again. He did lose a yard. Fourth down and goal from the 1-yard line. We'll see what the Red Devils want to do.
And it still looked like they moved a little early. I mean, it's
the right tackle has moved early. If Central has run 9 offensive plays, he's moved early on 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah, it's just that uncalled from. I don't know if maybe he's just
is there
a master. Maybe he's tied somehow to the ball and he's getting off just faster than everyone else. I don't know.
Tigers, I think we're trying to get lined up, and there is a flag right in the middle, and I believe that is hey, we got it. It only took them 11 plays. Field goal coming for Central.
Well, another ball gave up the big pass play down the sideline for Coleman. Central gets the ball inside the 1-yard line, and as it stands here, like Central was going to try to kick a field goal, see if maybe Auburn can get a block, miss something to flip momentum.
Central just flipped their guard or tackle. I don't know if that's a protection issue, but I've seen them do that twice now, where the holder runs up to make sure that the tackle is lined up in the right spot. Kick is up, is long enough. That kick is good. 56 seconds left to go here. Central scores again, this time another field goal. 13-0 Red Devils lead. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. Nothing Central here, and what they're doing on kickoff with Ethan Hall is something a lot of special team coaches dream about. Sky it inside the 5, have your athletes go down and cover it and pin the opponent. Whereas a lot of, hey, if you can put it in the back of the end zone, go put it in the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
All with the coach. And the other thing is we've seen it left, right, or center. All of them either at the goal line or inside the 5-yard line. Tigers take over at the 20.
Yeah, I asked at the beginning of the game if you knew anything about their kicker, and he's been impressive. He's come in and has hit 2 field goals. He's placed the ball exactly where he wants to on these kickoffs, and he's allowing the athletes to come down and make tackles inside the 20 to start these possessions for Auburn.
Tigers, it feels like, I don't know if must score, but it feels like must get 2 first downs.
They just got to need something positive. Get the ball across midfield. Let's break it down into this sections here and see if we can't get something going.
Big gun with the 4 receivers set is Henry Allen. Here comes Griffin McLean in motion. Back Allen steps up, wants to cross her, had him. A little bit too high, also goes through the hands of Griffin McLean. One that it probably needs to be a little bit better throw. He's also trying to get it over a linebacker. Yeah. But it's one that your senior receiver who's played a whole lot of football is going to tell you he needs to come up with.
Yeah, receivers were running open everywhere right there. It was he had his pick of where to take it, and I think he made the wise choice. It was going to be the biggest gainer, and McLean coming on the square end there, but just didn't execute it.
A drive concept there on that one. Auburn's kind of fell in love with it. Inside give on a trap play. I think Auburn mismanaged the mesh point there, and Henry Allen gets what he can. 3rd down and 9 coming. Auburn they're going to have to run another play. They can't take it to the corner. Kind of a trap block. I'm not sure if the exchange got messed up on that one. And what you can see a little bit of frustration start to come in now for this Auburn High School offense. They try to get traction going. The skill on the offense for the Red Devils get a lot of headlines. This defense is really good. They are. Now drop back. Auburn wants a screen. Close. Probably going to be a yard short. Nope, they gave him the 20, and that's a first down Tigers.
That's a huge pickup right there going into the to end this this first quarter.
Yep.
I don't know if Auburn will get a playoff or not.
They're going to try to. Tiger goes freeze, and they get a freebie.
That's a good play.
Well, as the quarter, we'll see if we're going to. I don't think it's a hometown down here, but it's going to be a 1st and 5, and also Griffin McLean. We will have it down. McLean hit stomach. You can see that screen pass struggling a little. He'll have to come out for Tyler McKinnell. We'll have an untimed down here to end the first quarter. Out 3 tight ends. Auburn will have to kind of stay with the more quote-unquote traditional set here. McKinnell checks in at the left tight end, and Auburn somehow that got missed. As ball comes out, will be ruled down, and one of the linemen came from the backside and just won his one-on-one matchup. I thought Auburn's going to have a nice positive play on that one. It's going to be a gain of about a yard, and 2nd down and about 3 or 4 coming up when we return to start the second quarter. We'll be back in 1 minute. 13-0 all Red Devils in the first quarter. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
first year. We are your show. 4-7. Hey, Clinton's
Second down and about 3 coming for the Tigers. Allen in the gun. Play action wants to to Nation. Nation trying to get vertical and does. Nice little burst of energy and a nice little seam there. Puts the foot in the ground, gets north and south. That's what you got to do against Central. Across the 45-yard line and a first down. Gain of about 9 on the play.
And Auburn going with a little pace back on the line of scrimmage. But, yeah, Nation got north and south really quickly there.
Inside give to Mapson. Mapson runs right into a linebacker. Number 7, L.J. Williams on the play. Auburn taking advantage of the old school college rule. If you sub quick, they don't have to let the defense up. So Auburn went 11. Full house set for Henry Allen, something we haven't seen. Auburn picks up a 5 free yards there as it looks like Calvin Southall jumps off sides.
Yeah, now Central is going to make a wholesale defensive line change right here. But Auburn pick up, a first down on this drive, 10 yards of just freebies with just drawing them off sides.
Second down and about 2. The other thing is hitting that screen means maybe you can pump it and go.
That's right.
Trying to get something to get Central outside of the 10-yard zone, which is what we see right now. One guy outside of the 10 yards. Now, it's a block away. The other thing is these linebackers are going low.
Yeah.
I think they watch film and see if you go high against Omar Mapson and Henry Allen, you bounce.
Well, that's a big linebacker, too, number 5 for them, 5'11", 225 pounds. There's not many guys that you're going to play on Friday nights that look like that as linebackers. And there's a flag over there, sideline warning.
Is the guy linebacker that Etheridge singled out in our pregame interview. 5'11", 225, a senior. And, Pat Nix getting a sideline warning, I'm not surprised at. Allen in the gun on this 3rd down and 2. Central wanted to jump, didn't. Auburn out reset, plenty of time on the clock. Absent up the middle. That's his first down into the secondary. First time Tigers able to seam the Central Red Devil defense across the 35. Gain of 13 on the play.
Yeah, nice job. Outstanding hole. Auburn kind of breaks tendency. They run to the right. Typically they're heavy to the left. Tyler McKinnell leading through the hole. Omar doesn't get touched for about 10 yards downfield. Good burst by Omar Mapson.
Sweep to the right and the backside and led by number 44 on that one. Tristan Lyles able to collapse and
you're right.
It's something that Auburn has been able to do for this week, kind of that outside zone stretch play and then get vertical and solidify the backside. Auburn hasn't been able to do it here tonight, and that's all because of Central. Play action. Auburn faked the screen, and Henry Allen makes a little bit of chicken salad on that one.
Sure did.
3rd down and about 10 coming.
Yeah, Henry, immediate pressure after the screen doesn't materialize. He just tucks it under and goes straight north and south, gets back almost to the line of scrimmage. I got to believe, Scott, that there's going to be something with the way that outside linebacker and defensive end are crashing down on that outside zone opposite side.
Yeah.
Henry's going to keep – there's going to be something coming back the opposite direction here at some point.
I don't think that was a pump. I think that was a called screen. Henry just lost the ball. Drop back, Henry Allen steps up, looking for Ian Nation, finds it late, and I think, defensive back who made a nice play on it. I think he might have came up with it, but it's ruled out of bounds. As on the coverage there was number 22, Cameron Resteberry. He just basically gave Ian Nation enough room that he wasn't able to get on top of him. Incomplete, 3rd down and 10. However, Townsville on got to be protected. Kick is long enough. Kick is up, and that kick is good.
Wow.
50 yards and nice, easy breezy 50 yards at that. 9:05 left to go here. Tigers on the board. 13-3 Auburn trails Central. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Back action. The team issues keep you on the side.
On the board, 13-3. Auburn able to get themselves a little bit of a drive, saw some good stuff. Henry, I think now he can have a feel for what this pass rush is going to feel like. He hasn't panicked on things that have broken down. And, all things on that drive, able to get a field goal up, and now the defense needs to go out and not give up.
Yeah, that's an explosive play. Cover this.
8 yards deep and 8 yards deep, 18 yards deep. And now let's bring in our third member, Jack Hudden. Jack, what you got?
Hey, guys, 12th place, 48 yards was that last drive. Of course, helped out a little bit by the offsides penalties by Central. But Omar Mavson picks up a couple of nice gains on that one. Henry Allen has a nice run on it. And the Tigers do get on the board here, 13-3 Central. Back to you, Scott.
Thanks, Jack.
Central's out there. The last time.
Who I not in the game? Right. Play action, one little stick route. Actually, no, there's Wyatt. It's either Wyatt Trexler or Andrew Hahn on the outside, and there's the explosiveness of the receivers for Central. That should have been a gain of about 4, and that wasn't through bad defense. That was through elite skill on run after the catch, gain of about 11 on the play, first down.
Yeah, Auburn had him surrounded, but the corner out there, Gunn, gives up containment. That time the receiver takes a 5-yard hitch route, and he's able to wiggle upfield with his athleticism for a first down.
And that was Andrew Hahn that checked into the game. Jace Williams, the nickel, rolls inside. So Auburn playing a whole bunch of DBs. They bring a blitz, play action for Alford wants to go downfield. Pete Davis, stride. He stayed on top of Ken Coleman that time. Incomplete. Second down and 10 coming.
Yeah, that was outstanding coverage right there by Pete Davis, running in front of Cam Copeland, not allowing him to accelerate through him, and does an outstanding job with the defense right there. They wanted to take the home run shot. Didn't.
Tigers show blitz, and Alford throws it, and going to be incomplete. And there's of whistles. There's a lot that happened pre-snap there. I don't think any Red Devil thought that play was live. Yeah. It's 3rd and 10.
I think the late shift right there by Ty Hudson, it confused the quarterback. I think he was going to give that ball initially. He goes to the RPO and tries to hit the quick stop because he sees Ty kind of jump back into his middle linebacker spot on the snap, forced the ball to be sailed high, and got a good rush from Caleb Pitts on the opposite side.
The left tackle play was dead. He stood up immediately, and Pitts came flying around it. Tigers show blitz. Alford has it. Tigers with late pressure now underneath the middle. Tigers got a block or got a tackle and not able to tackle the 3-yard pass to an 11-yard gain, first down.
Yeah, making plays in space right there. That was just a check down to the back. Auburn had won. I mean, it was over. Just come up and make the tackle, and Central punts the ball away. But we overrun the ball carrier, and Central was able to pick up the first.
First down and 10 from right at the 41-yard line. Alford gun with a trip. There's their completion. First. And finally got it as the interior move. Just a second down and up to 7. The other thing is as we'll check out this Auburn to go a little bit heavy here. Caleb's got pressures and he's flown all over the field. He's going to have to get his wind about and be ready to go in. The other thing is Central, knowing he's out, don't look for them to keep the ball on the far side away from the Auburn sideline.
Yeah.
Now it's an overload set to the wide side. 2 receivers, 2 tight ends. They want a face mask, and I don't know who Pat Nix is yelling at. He is yelling at his coaches to get back, as they already have a sideline warning. And another one can be a 5 or 15-yard, a 3rd and 5 coming.
I think they thought Mike Gunn's arm, and it may have come up and tugged on that face mask a little bit on that ball carrier as he was bringing him down. But Mike does a good job of coming up and getting him to the ground, and Central's now in the 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. They picked up some big ones thanks to some good route running after the fact. Tigers come up, the receiver right on. Well, they mark it. Or if it's the far side, it's a first.
It's the far.
I don't know how the ball is put on this hash, but they give them the first. So they needed 5. They got 5.5. 1st and 10.
And just found that void that Auburn has in between the
5:40 left to go in the second quarter. Auburn scored with 9 minutes left, so already about a 3.5, 4-minute drive. 2-by-2 set here for the Red Devils. Play action, Auburn going down the field, and Auburn left the receiver, Cam Coleman, wide open. Coleman stiff arms Jackson Mills. Mills able to get him down. Mills comes up screaming at his nickel defender, and so does Pete Davis, and Auburn blows the coverage. Yeah. Gain of 47 on the play.
Yeah, coverage bust, and and I don't know how you bust the top wide receiver in the country. We just left him uncovered. I think he may have lined up at tight end on that play, and he just runs corner route, and he's wide open. Mills does a good job of just getting him to the ground.
Outside, Mike Gunn, a lot of contact. There's a flag 30 yards away, 35 yards away. It wasn't from the 2 officials that were staring at the play. It was from the guy who was standing underneath the goalpost for a play on the back sideline. To let you know how frustrated Scott Goolsby is, his headset have been flung. And stride for stride goes up. Touchdown. That's a heck of a catch. That's a heck of a throw.
Yeah, that's great coverage. It's
Mike Gunn's right there. Yeah. And if you want to know what a 5-star number 1 receiver in the country looks like, go to Central Phoenix City and watch number 8.
Yeah, he just went up high and got it. It was a really good throw. Gunn was in outstanding position. He tried to put his arm up through the hands of the receiver, but just a little extra height.
$20-3, Tigers trail. They need points on the other side of this break with 4:55 left to go here in the second quarter. 20-3, Tigers trail. We'll be back in 30. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Number 29, Omar Mamson, and number 7, Joshua Askew.
Tigers down 20-3. Need a touchdown here. And you know what? If you win the middle 8, the last 4:55 of this one, the first 4 minutes of the third quarter, and find a way to spin this, maybe you can get back into a kickoff down the sideline. Got to see him! Down the 40 to the 45. Omar Mapson runs out of bounds. Tigers have it first down around the 50-yard line, right at the 48-yard line, as Omar Mapson runs out of bounds. There was a kicker. Now, Jack's upset about that. What he doesn't realize is that the 5-star corner was also right there.
Yeah, they had 2 guys back. Number 11.
Yeah.
But, that time Auburn makes Central pay. They have a kicker that can put it in the end zone. They're trying to pin Auburn and see if their athleticism can get Auburn in bad field position. But Auburn needs to score here. I mean, this is quality field position. Your defense struggled on that drive to get off the field, and Auburn needs to bleed this clock and put the ball in the end zone.
2-by-2 set here. Inside give to Omar. Omar in the open field. Breaks one tackle. Carries somebody for a couple of more. Down to the 26-yard line. Gain of 26 on the play. Call it 25 on the play. First down.
His second big gain. And again, it's nothing side to side. It's all vertical, that time over the left side. It does just a nice job of finishing that run strong and carrying defenders for an extra 5 yards.
Safety back. Ian Nation to the 20. Gain of 6 on the play. First down. With that, Auburn High School moves into the Byron Smokehouse Breakfast Red Zone. Byron Smokehouse, an Auburn tradition for over 30 years.
And Auburn needs those plays right there. Those simple 5-yard, just a stop route, a quick throw. You're throwing it to a guy that's sure-handed. I mean, it puts you ahead of the sticks right here and gives you an opportunity to keep the sticks moving.
Just gets people out of the box.
It does. Where they have to defend.
Doesn't block it well. Allen. Ball's out. Ian Nation, Johnny on the spot, is going to get the ball at about the 16-yard line, close to first down yardage. There is a flag on the play, maybe?
Yep, there was.
Here's a big call. If it's first down yardage, it's on what?
It's on them.
If it's first down yardage and it's on Auburn, it'll be, but the ball is already going the other way.
I think Allen does a phenomenal job on that play, just picking up the yardage.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a busted play. He just goes north and south. He almost picked up the first. I think he did pick up the first down, but the fumble threw it back behind the first down yardage. Lucky for Auburn, Ian Nation is right there and sees the fumble. But and that's a huge play because that would have been after a dead ball. That would have been Central's ball.
First down and goal at about the 9-yard line. Play call. Plenty of time on the play clock. Henry Allen makes the check to the line. That's the other side. That's set here for the Tigers. Allen. Flat hand. Ball is out. Ball's going to be, it's a fumble and going the other way. And it will be a touchdown.
Wow.
L.J. Williams has the ball dropped into his hands for the touchdown. That looked discombobulated from the start. It looked like the linemen were pulling the different way. The mesh point was all off. And everything that can go wrong has gone wrong here in the first half for the Tigers.
Yeah, it looked to me like Henry just had indecision on whether or not he was going to give it or keep it. And that ball ended up in the hands of the defense that, was right there to make a play. They just created a ton of indecision right there because they got in the backfield so quickly. And ultimately, we just didn't protect the football.
Up. One is good. 27-3, all Red Devils here in the first half. 3:15 left to go. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Number 7, Joshua Askew, and number 29,
scores out of it.
Yeah, no, it's and the crazy thing about it is defense has played pretty good.
Yeah, you can. There was on the first touchdown, it was literally one play where you didn't play well. On the last touchdown, it was more. You had the busted coverage, but you also had opportunities on 3rd down and 6, 3rd down and 7 to get off the field, and you didn't make the play. And this one will be taken by Cheetah Webb at the goal line. Cheetah, first time his hands have gotten onto the ball, trying to get to the edge as the speedster finds out about the central speed.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's trying to go sideways, and that's exactly what Central expects is their guys to get down there and make plays. That's their linebacker.
That's scary. That is Trent Hood, and that's one of the things when you put starters on special teams. I'm all for it, but you do run that risk. And Pat Nix, he's let you know how good Trent Hood is. Pat Nix was the first one to go out and see him and tell him to get down, make sure he doesn't make that in. Look, Auburn came into this game. They played so well with Henry Allen at quarterback, and their backs against the wall so much. But you knew going against Central that you were going to have to score. You couldn't turn the ball over, and when you have opportunities to get them off the field, you're going to have to do that. And that has not happened here tonight.
Has been just haven't been able to be as successful as I think we have to be through the air to get this Central defense to back off a little bit, to respect the passing game a little bit more. But even with that, we've busted some good runs over the last couple of drives. You have to finish these drives, and instead of finishing the points for us, they're turning into points for Central by our miscues.
Well, there was a pendulum swing moment, down 20-3, ball in the red zone, and they scored the touchdown. Tyler Blake's trying to get off the outside on the right side. No gain on the play. Might have lost a yard. Second down coming up.
Yeah, Tyler tries to take that thing laterally, and that's not where the success has been for Auburn tonight. It's been north and south. Got to run straight at it. And Auburn tries to go sideways that time for no gain.
2-by-2 set once again. Nation spins around the defender, gets out of bounds to about the 20, sets up a 3rd down and manageable. They actually give him the 21. Gain of 8 on the play, 3rd and 2 coming.
And you can see the arm strength from Allen on a play like that. I mean, he just flicks that thing out there so easily to Nation. He's got the arm talent. It's just a matter of, being able to execute what the play is called and giving him time to do it.
Game, puts his foot in the ground, tries to pick and choose. And he spins around a couple of guys, runs hard to the 29-yard line, 1st down yardage for the sophomore. The gain of about 7 on the play.
Yeah, undoubtedly, Omar Mapson has been the highlight for Auburn offense in this first half. He's had some really good runs. He's played a big role in special teams, and he has picked up a lot of all-purpose yards for Auburn this first half.
Tigers with the 3 tight end set, the 2 up backs to the right. Play action dropping back is Henry Allen. He wants the post, looking for Gibson Lothridge. A lot of contact, a lot of defenders around him. It's a 2-man route. They ran with Ian Nation and Henry. There wasn't really a great spot to throw that one. What he did do was put it in a spot where they could not catch it.
Yeah, just threw a long uncatchable ball, and Central had 3 guys running with the guy that was the intended target. That time we needed a check down. Auburn had chosen for max protection. He had a lot of time, just know where to go with it.
3 receiver set, Ian Nation to the wide side of the field. Yep. Omar runs hard, face mask, and the flag is coming out.
Yeah, kind of a just an inadvertent one there. I mean, it was not a malicious one. He just kind of got his hand up on Omar's face mask. I don't even think he tugged it very much. And but ultimately, it's the call and the Auburn coaching staff's right there on it to force the hand of the line judge here.
Made it kind of easy. There was a turn of the head. It is a personal foul because the neck did turn. Yeah. On the replay that we can see that. Great replay there by AHS Mass Media, who does such a great job covering a lot of Auburn High School athletic events and other non-athletic events as well. 1:45 left to go here. Tigers down 27-3. What's been a rush quarter for Auburn. Could call 100% people illegal downfield. Henry Allen senses or doesn't sense the pressure, steps up to throw it, gets hit. It's going to be incomplete. Auburn's outside receiver and slot receiver on top of each other. They were not aligned properly. Doesn't matter. Complete pass, second thing for the Tigers. Yeah, that time pressure coming from Pritchett's side, the sophomore making his first start. He's been fine here tonight. Just one more too many that Auburn could block on that one.
Yeah, if you're a sophomore right tackle playing against the #1 team in the state and you haven't been mentioned, I mean, you're doing something right.
That time he picks up a twist pretty darn well. A great ball to the outside. There's another sophomore, Joshua Askew, making the catch at the 39-yard line. A gain of 13 on the play.
Yep, nice route out there. Good delivery. That one's thrown against Red Morgan. The big time corner prospect that Central has, and Askew almost makes him miss and picks up a little extra yardage on the after the catch.
2-by-2 set here. Henry Allen drops back, wants the hitch. Now the fade. Looking to Ian Nation. A lot of contact. And, folks, I get on my homer. I understand it. There's a lot of contact that was called in the end zone on the far side. That DB had zero clue where the football was. Stopped the route of Ian Nation. He impeded him. It's the definition of pass interference and was not called. Second down and 10.
Yeah, and Coach Etheridge, again, just absolutely frustrated. He's pointing to the end zone. Because I think it may have been that guy that made the call in the end zone, or I think it was probably.
It was the far one, yeah. They don't flip the sides where the ball is.
But, yeah, they're hot on the Auburn sideline.
2-by-2 set here. Hitch once again has Nation. Nation cuts it inside. Throw the flag. There you go. As two flags come in for the horse collar, so it's going to be good yardage, gain of 12 plus the 15 after the horse collar, and it'll be first down Tigers.
Yeah, a little burst right there from Nation. He could feel that that there was too much outside leverage given by the cornerback right there, and he tries to take it north and south, get inside of him, and then get back up the field. And they reach out to make the tackle and pull on the back of the jersey for the horse collar.
Had a lot of conversation pitches in junior high football about horse collar because inside the collar has been the main focus, trying to make sure that the ball gets, or the hand has to pull on the sidelines on the shoulder pads. I think they want to get there. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
We'd like to thank Hamilton for providing meals for the media. Please go see them at either Auburn location.
For field goal inside the red zone, but the fumble goes the other way for the touchdown. And now another drive inside the Byron Smokehouse Breakfast red zone. Byron Smokehouse, an Auburn tradition for over 30 years. Auburn's starting to get some things going.
That's a 14-point swing that you just talked about, plus the punt that Auburn had where they punted it straight to, for no yards that Central returns. So Auburn really with some unforced errors right here, but you get a score here. And then you get the ball to start the second half, and if you can get something going there, then that's exactly. You got to get this game into the fourth quarter.
Henry Allen has it. Inside give. Outside give. No to Omar. Makes a guy miss. Cuts inside. And now gets first down yardage to about the 5, maybe the 4-yard line. It is to the 4. Is there another play on? We have a stoppage. First down yardage, gain of 10 on the play. Central, because of the confusion, able to sub on the far side. That's a heck of a sub there by the Red Devils.
That's a great run by Omar Mapson, too.
Allen has it. Give to Mapson. Puts his foot in the ground, gets what he can. He goes from the 4 to about the 3. 40 seconds left. Tigers have all their timeouts, and now they're burned one to figure out what they want to do with 41 seconds left.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say, it was good vision by Omar right there. He wants to get north and south. He's frustrated. He wants to put this ball in the end zone. You can see his guys, some of the guys now trying to calm him down a little bit. I think Central kind of tried to keep him down on the ground after that last run, and he's frustrated by that. But he's showing a lot of maturity and patience for a sophomore running back, and a lot of power at the end of these runs.
Yeah, and I think what Omar's starting to get a little bit frustrated about is he's seeing it, he's putting his foot in the ground, he's running hard, and Central's able to disengage.
Yeah.
And the thing, what he's saying is, you get me past the D lineman, I'm going to get us stuff. And so he's a little bit frustrated, and you're right, Central might be starting to pile on. It seems like Central is coached, and I am for the way this is coached. The first guy does not tackle you. First guy holds you up, and then we're gonna get there, stop momentum, and we're gonna try to get that football out. Because that's the reason the face mask was called earlier. It was somebody trying to reach in and rip out the football.
And they have. They almost were successful with it when Henry
right before
Allen,
the fumble. Yeah.
And they did cause a fumble, but then we gave them one when they scored the long touchdown. Need to come away with 7 here, not 3.
Henry Allen and Jalen Foster, center quarterback, having a conversation here. Twin receivers to the left. Allen in the gun, claps of hands. Auburn goes hard counts. Defensive end wanted to fly off the edge, but does a good job of staying set. 10 seconds left to go on the play clock. Tigers will flip their whole formation. Inside kick, Omar. Omar gets hit at the goal line, fights forward.
That's a touchdown.
He says he's in. And the far official says he's short. Wow. And Auburn is upset once again. We saw a couple of players around the goal line throw their hands up thinking he was in. It's going to be 3rd and goal at the 1. Inside give, a leak through on the far side. Omar fights forward. If he's able to stick that ball out, it's a touchdown.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of hands that went up immediately. And it all about is when was his knee down. We can't tell from that one. It was close either way. But with 34 seconds left, 3rd down and goal coming, you got to, Omar's got to be involved. Now, is it a zone read, fake, quarterback keep? Is it just a straight guy? Is it a heavy set where you snap it to the son of a gun?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think 29's got to be involved.
Well, they're going to go heavy. You see them bringing in Caleb Pitts, Deuce White. So they're going to just try to out-muscle Central right here, straight north and south. I would imagine that the ball would be snapped directly to Omar in a situation like this. But Henry Allen's a big kid too, so it may just go straight to him. But you got two plays to get 1 yard right here. If you can't put the ball in the end zone right here, you don't deserve to be in a 4-quarter game. You've got to take advantage of these opportunities.
There is no quarterback on the field.
Yeah.
This will be a snap to Omar and see what happens. Or 3rd down and goal at about the half-yard line. Omar Mapson in the heavy set. Caleb Pitts and Deuce White in front of him. Omar right up the middle. They do a good job of a little bit of trickery. The 2 upbacks go to the right. Omar goes to the left. Omar plunges it in from 1 yard. Also, that's a quick call. Auburn got set quick. The snap. Auburn might have got away with a false start.
Yeah.
Nice hands by Omar Mapson. The reason he went to the left, the snap was low and to the left. He pins it against his knees and runs into the end zone for the touchdown with 28 seconds left.
Well, that's the thing about Omar is he's got great vision. He sees where the hole's opening up. I think you're right. Left tackle, we had a little wobble over there. We got away with that one. But, hey, Auburn needed something positive to go in and talk about at this halftime. And that's something you can work with to come out and start your second half.
28 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Tigers cut it to 27-10. It feels weird to say this in a 3-touchdown game or 3-score game. Auburn's there. I've said this, very rarely do 3-possession games literally swing on like 3 or 4 plays.
Yeah, I mean they're all to the same guy with Coleman. He's the one that slipped the field. He's the one that's been uncoverable when the quarterback has time. But obviously the huge play was the fumble that was returned inside the 10-yard line all the way 90 yards for a Central touchdown. But hey, if you weather that, yep. you go in the halftime, you talk about your plan, you work and maximize the things that you're doing well. You come out and you put a score on the board to start the third quarter early on. Now you've got something where you put game pressure back on Central.
You scored a touchdown and cut this thing to 27-17. Everybody who was score checking saw 27-3. Mm-hmm. Now all of a sudden it goes, oh, well, what's going on here? And now the pressure. And I think coming into this game, the pressure was on Central, and they played so well in the first part of the game that pressure's gone away. Auburn has a chance to maybe add some back. As Towns Magoo, I don't know if he tried to sky it or just missed it, but it only goes 6-yard deep. Jack, that was, let's see, Auburn took over at the 13. That is an 87-yard touchdown drive for the Tigers.
Yeah, Scott, they go 89 yards, of course. Helped out a little bit by the 30 yards of penalties on Central, but Omar Mavson running like a grown man on that drive, man. We got to go back a couple of drives. Omar picks up 32 yards on that drive alone. I thought it was even more. I think it was more done between the tackles, Scott.
Thanks, Jack. Here's the thing. Central's got some timeouts on, and they also are lining up in their RPO look. Don't be surprised if they try to throw it. The other thing is their backs are really good. Tigers got a tackle, first down yardage, and Auburn will gang tackle him after a gain of 12. 19 seconds left to go here. And this is something with the Central offense is you got to make sure that you keep them out off the scoreboard here.
Well, that was a good job by Andrew Hahn right there. He lines up over Cam Coleman, and he jams him at the line of scrimmage. He doesn't have coverage. He's just disrupting him from getting downfield. And then he breaks off and fills the running gap right there and comes up and helps make the tackle.
I think we're going to call it. Pat Nick says, I'm going to take this 17-point lead into the half as he walks towards midfield for something. Clapping his hands. He's got a reason to be happy. His team played extremely well in the first half and leads this one 27-10. We come back. It'll be Jack Hudden joining the broadcast, going over stats and scores. Here's the Tigers made some mistakes, and the Red Devils do what the Red Devils do, and they took advantage of it to have this 17-point lead. We come back. We'll have the halftime report. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Your teen, it might be time to take a new approach. Visit boystown.org/parenting. Whether you're the parent of a toddler, teen, or someone in between, we've got parenting guides, articles, videos, quick tips, and even live parent talks with Boys Town experts. Boys Town, take your parenting skills to new heights.
You may visit any of our 3 offices.
But let me go ahead and tell you about some other games across the state of Alabama. We are nearing playoffs, so a lot of these games, they really carry a lot of weight, including in 6A, a Region 6 at Region 6 matchup. Both of these teams are actually undefeated in their region, so this game is huge. Although Clay Chalkville, the number 2 team in 6A, is really pulling away with it. 21-0 at halftime at Oxford. Looks like the Cougars are going to pull that one out. Also, in Region 2, actually, Auburn's region, Percy Julian is currently down 6-21 at halftime. And yeah, so Prattville currently up right there. This game, that would eliminate Percy Julian from the playoff hunt, whereas Prattville, I mean, they got a game on the road against Auburn next week. I mean, they got a game on the road against Auburn next week, and so, you know, I mean, big game for them on the road. Prattville possibly could sneak into the playoffs with some losses from like Dothan, Enterprise, all those teams are at the top right now. Actually, we actually have a very big upset brewing in Hewitt-Trussville right now. Spain Park, who's 4-3 and 2-3 in Region 3 play, they're on the road at the number 5 Hewitt-Trussville Huskies. But they're up by 11 at halftime, 24-13. That would be a huge upset on Countdown. All of us predicted that Hewitt would win, and that would be a huge upset for the Spain Park Jaguars. One other score right now, and it's not a close one at all. Region 1 at Region 1, number 4, Mary Montgomery, who's 8-0, looking to go 9-0, and it looks like they're going to achieve it. They're up 27-0 at Daphne. Tough way to go out for Daphne, although Daphne is 3-1 in Region 1, so they still have a chance to make the playoffs, even if they unfortunately get the loss tonight. But let me go ahead and get you some first half in review here. Start off with the Central offense. I mean, Cam Coleman, we talked about him in the opening, number 8, the wide receiver 1 for Central, the number 8 recruit in the country for next year. He already has 100-plus receiving yards as well as 2 touchdowns, but Auburn defense, shout out to Auburn defense because Central has 2 field goals, although they were both coming off of where they were in plus territory, including kind of a bad punt for Auburn where it only went about 10 yards. Central scooped it up. Auburn got the tackle, and then Auburn actually held them to a 3-and-out, which ended up forcing them to take the field goal. So some good stuff there from the Auburn defense. For the Central defense, I mean, besides a couple of chunk plays towards the end of that second quarter, I mean, they have held Auburn in check. 1 forced turnover for the Red Devils, and lots of penalties for this Central Red Devils defense. If I had to say, you know, a flaw for them on the defensive side of the ball, I remember I saw at least 3 false starts and 3 offsides, you know, during that first half. So Central's got to get that together. And then Auburn offense, I mean, there was no run game during the first quarter. I mean, just plain and simple. But second quarter, Omar Mabson specifically really turned it up. 100-plus rushing yards for him, as well as that touchdown that I said at the end of the half. Now, looking at some keys to the second half, Central on offense, I mean, your running game, honestly, that's the one thing that hasn't really been going for them. Auburn's held them in check there, so they need to start establishing that run, and they're up by 3 possessions, although Auburn will receive the second half kick. So that should be a very interesting first drive. That will really tell us a lot about what's going to happen in the second half. But Central offense established the run. Find Cam Coleman. I mean, he's your top receiver, although I don't think that they're going to throw the ball a lot because they're up by so much points. And then they can start to milk the clock, but against a very aggressive Auburn team, they need to keep the foot on the gas for now. And then Central's defense, I mean, they need to contain the run. You know, they did a good job in the first quarter. Omar figured it out in the second quarter, started finding those gaps. And so the Red Devils need to start really clogging those holes, especially in the middle. It was a lot of just regular old gap scheme runs for Omar in that first half that got him. Not even really anything on the outside. So they need to start plugging the A and B gaps, all those holes on the offensive and defensive line. And then no chunk plays, nothing over the top. You're up by 17. You don't want to let Auburn get back into this game very quickly. They're a very explosive offense. Speaking of Auburn's offense, they need to increase their number of times passing the ball down the field. I think I counted maybe 2 or 3 long, 40-plus yard pass plays. And I'm not talking about screens that end up being, really good, like Ian Nation, Griffin McLean, all those talented receivers for the Tigers. They end up hitting a couple juke moves, making it down the field. Now I'm talking over the top, throwing a couple deep post routes, maybe just some straight go routes down the sideline. They needed to start doing that in the second half. Not panic time yet, but it's starting to get there. And then Auburn defense. They've actually played really good, like I said, held Central to 2 field goals in the red zone. They just need to continue to play aggressive. If Auburn's going to win this game, they're going to need to force 1 or 2 turnovers here in the second half. And then they need to continue to contain the run. Done a good job in the first half, but they need to start doing that in the second half. And also, they can't lose their positioning out in the defensive backfield, because it started, Cam Coleman was kind of chopping up there in the defensive backfield. Auburn needs to fix that in the second half. But I'm going to go ahead and end AHS halftime for y'all, and I'm going to get y'all to the second half. Actually, the band is going to do a quick little show for y'all to see. Auburn receives the second half kick, and this will do it for AHS halftime. See y'all during AHS final.
Where is she?
Wait, but Stillman's in here? I don't even... Excuse me.
I just saw Katie. I don't know if she...
Dart's over here.
Where?
Oh wait, I see Katie.
Right. No.
Oh, yep, there's Katie.
Okay, you guys do.
I found Katie.
Excuse me.
I have no clue either. This is pretty. Oh, sorry. I have her. I see her. Want to stand? Yep.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Dr. Kristen Herring, Superintendent of Auburn High Schools, Dr. Shannon Pignato, Principal of Auburn High School, and Director of Bands, Miss Deanna Marshall, we present the Auburn High School Marching Band.
The band is under the field direction of drum majors Elizabeth Bullard, Jonah Jack, Ella Stackhouse, and Julie Griffin. Drum majors, is the band ready? Instructors are Gregory Springer and Jordan Miller. Auxiliary instructors are Emma Baders and Michelle Bloom. The AHS Marching Band wants to encourage you to visit our concession stands this evening, run by the Auburn Band Boosters Association. All proceeds from the concession stand goes to support the band programs of East Sanford School, Auburn Junior High, and Auburn High School. The Auburn High School Marching Band also wants to recognize our special guest this evening, both on the sidelines and in the stands. The future of the Auburn Band program, the band students at Auburn Junior High School.
Would someone love to take over Cam 2? Someone like to take over Cam 2? They have never once shown my camera, so you just sit around and do nothing. I don't want to. No.
In halftime, Tigers and Red Devils getting warmed up. Auburn will get the ball. In a must-score situation, Auburn needs to go down and, even if it's a field goal, you would love a touchdown, but you cut this thing down to 14 bare minimum and just say, hey, we're here. We're going to give you 4 quarters worth.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily if Auburn doesn't go down and doesn't get points that the game ends, but I think that it does something to the Auburn psyche. And so it's critical to come out here and have a good showing. We started the first quarter so terribly. And to be able to rectify that here in the second half and go down and put points on the board, you look up and it becomes a 2-score game, and you just feel the momentum and feel like you're back in it.
Second half on the way. This is the Orthopedic Clinic halftime report presented by the Orthopedic Clinic and the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
I am not Cam 1. Carson left. Oh, that's right. might need a buddy.
And even with that, they're not totally out of it. Now they're going to have an uphill battle here in the second half. This isn't a team that is going to sit on their laurels over in Central. I mean, they've been in this position many times. They know how to close games out. But, you just have to stay consistent. You got to stay in the game. You got to battle 4 quarters. You got to fight for everything. And I think that Coach Etheridge knows that he's got the type of kids that are capable of doing that.
A week ago, Tigers were down 9 at half and down 13 in the fourth quarter and found a way to come back. A little bit different opponent. Central is Central, and I'm not trying to take anything away from Opelika. Central's #1 team in the state. They won a state. They were the last team to win a state title, not named Thompson. They've been in this situation as this kickoff is a line drive kickoff that will be taken at the goal line, and Cheetah Webb's going to return it, trying to get a seam over the near side, made a cut, broke a tackle, trying to get into the open field, and he does. Carries one guy, now he's held up, but he still drives his feet, as Central will stack him up and jump on the pile, and Auburn High School has themselves a good return out to about the 36-yard line.
Very good return, and you can see the aggression right out of the gate with Cheetah getting north and south. I mean, he had opportunities in the first half, and he went sideways. Central tackled him at about the 10-yard line. This time he just makes one cut and does a really good job of finishing that with some power at the end of the play.
You mentioned Auburn needed to be efficient on third down. 5 of 7 on third down, which is efficient. Fortunately, one of those, the biggest play in the first half as far as Auburn being on the offensive side, was that fumble, scoop, and score on first down. Drops back, steps up, looking for Palmer a little bit too high, looking for another kind of middle-of-the-field concept, which is something that Auburn has had a lot of success with against Central the last couple of years. Incomplete second down and 10.
Yeah, Auburn doesn't go there a lot. That's probably the most difficult throw for Henry Allen to have to make. A little touch throw with timing and read the defense. Both times tonight as we tried it, it's sailed high.
Play now looks over to the near side. 2-by-2 set for the Tigers. Tyler Flakes bounces to the other side of started to expand in Nathan. Breaks the back because he broke the tackle. Might have lost a yard off the catch, but it's going to bring up third down and manageable. But the other thing is, we'll see if they're starting to expand maybe something off of that hitch. Maybe get the other receiver off to that side to hitch a little bit closer. Third down and 4 coming. Inside get to Flakes. Flakes runs a lot harder that time. Ends up running right into somebody's back. He's going to be short. 4th down and 1. We'll see what Auburn wants to do.
Auburn's going to go. I mean, that's a call that you're going to go for it on 4th down there. I think they thought maybe they could surprise, and I do like Tyler Flakes banging up in there. But maybe they'll see if they can jump, but I think they're going to just snap it and go for it.
Runs across 50, give him 6 on the play. I saw Flakes on the sideline. He wanted to stay in the game when he bounced one outside and lost a yard, and they put Omar back in. He was upset. Message received. He's going north and south here.
Well, both he and Cheetah Webb are showing you a fight that we didn't see in the first half.
Drops back. Does Henry Allen wants the out route picked? No. It's going to be broken up there as it's a long throw, and the guy, one, it was double covered on Cody Palmer. Two, Gibby, who had the clear out, ends up getting the guy that was covering him just rolled off of it and was able to be there.
Yeah.
Second down and 10.
Yeah, I think Auburn is thinking correctly when they came out trying to throw over the middle, because Central is getting that outside backer underneath everything, trying to take away the flag.
Outside. And breaks the tackle, stays in bounds, cuts it inside to the 40. It's going to be third down and short, third down and about a yard.
Yeah, it was a very nice block on the edge right there. That was number 3, Cody Palmer. They were able to seal the edge, and that allowed Flakes to use his speed and then his aggression to get down that sideline and get him in 3rd and 1.
Auburn trying to go fast. 2-by-2 set here with Flakes in the gun. Third yard line, a 4 on the play.
Yeah, I like it, Scott. I like what I see from these skill guys with the ball in their hands. Not a lot of dancing in the holes. I mean, it is find the green grass, find the open space. You talked a lot in the first half about Central's ability to shed blocks. Well, it's a lot harder to do that when you've got a guy moving north and south as fast as these guys are.
Head coach Keith Etheridge is the first to shake the hand of Flakes when he comes off the field. Omar Mabson, he's a tackle away, coming up and making the play there is number 9, T.J. Thomas, a senior. Nice tackle there, but a gain of 8 for Omar.
Yeah, and somebody that I don't see on the Central defense is their big linebacker, number 5, Trent Hood. Was a force for them in the first half.
We got to go. We had 12 on the field, and Tigers take too long, and Central able to get this up off. Set once again. Henry Allen drops back and wants the hitch once again, and hello, nice hands. This arm drag, I don't think people understand, go from hash to far numbers on a hitch where the backer is dropping underneath it. It's going to be a gain of about 6 on the play, first down yardage.
Well, and the other thing is you're looking at a quarterback that hasn't played football since the 9th, 8th grade. I mean, so you got to factor that in too, the ability to have that arm.
Drops back, and Auburn wants a screen, has the screen open. Griffin McLean makes a guy miss, carries a guy across the 15 to about the 14-yard line. Auburn moves inside the Byron Smokehouse red zone. Byron Smokehouse at Auburn tradition for over 30 years.
Good job by McLean of protecting that football. He had Red Morgan behind him. Central's very active with their hands, trying to rip the ball away. He protects it to the ground.
Yeah, Mark.
Yeah, that was I watched Hugh Bodiford that time. They're just driving his guy, staying with him, locking these guys up. You know, you talked a little bit about just blocking through the play. And you can see that offensive line trying to show the same kind of aggression that the running backs have.
About 7 coming.
Yeah, that one may have been a one that that Henry one-on-one out here. You know, he's a phenomenal athlete. He's an aggressive kid, powerful player. He may keep one of these here before long and see if he can do it with his legs.
Now, I think this will probably be
space, and it was almost like he didn't see it. He just kept rolling straight into it. Didn't step up into the pocket like I think that the tackle thought that he would. And then he has to do some dance moves, does a phenomenal job just to get the ball into the end zone. But ultimately, Auburn kicking for points here on the opening drive, what we wanted.
T will be, or the spot will be at about the 17-yard line, 18-yard line. So a short field goal for Towns, and it is good. 7:44 left to go here. Tigers get 3 to make it 27-13 here in the third quarter with 7:43 left to go. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Instagram. No.
Kicking off for the Tigers, number 33, Talents Lagoon. Back deep for the Red Devils, number 15, Max Johnson.
You know, if you're this offense, you've had the ball the last 4 times you've had it, you scored 3 times, and the other one you were right there and gave points away. If you're this Auburn offense, you got to have some confidence about you. Now, defense, they've had the ball 4 times. They have had 4 scores. Auburn will make some personnel adjustments. We'll go over it coming up as that one is going to land in the end zone. But first, I want a scoring drive from Jack. Jack, what you got?
Bring it on, baby. Yeah, the Tigers. So right out of the half, Auburn goes down on a 14-play drive. They have to settle for the field goal, unfortunately, but 14 plays. I had them at 54 yards. I think they got into field goal range with that 54 yards and the Towns-Magoo field goal. Back to a 2-score game now.
Thanks, Jack. And I went through and looked at the number of plays that Opelika and Auburn ran. Auburn ran about 20 plus more plays than Opelika did a week ago.
Wow.
So the second half is really when you really saw it. This is a massive drive for this defense. Cheetah Webb into the game at nickel. Inside give. Caleb Pitts there. He's going to knock down the running back on the give, and Auburn now putting 3 over 2 to take away that RPO give as Cheetah Webb in at nickel. And now because of that, Central will kind of change up the look a little bit.
Well, that was a physical play again by Caleb Pitts. I mean, he is doing some amazing things tonight physically. He's going to have some highlights from this game that he's going to want to put out there.
As Central adjusts their receiver personnel package, Cam Coleman does not know what to do. Now he gets assigned, and he throws the hitch, and pressure by Mr. Caleb Pitts.
Yep, one more time. Caleb Pitts comes around the edge and gets that big hand up. Is able to make the errant pass there by getting a paw on it. And, if he hadn't, though, Pete Smith was out here on that route.
Yeah.
He may have had an opportunity to jump that one. For one time, Cam Coleman doesn't go deep. He goes about 5 yards and stops, and Pete Davis was right on it.
3rd down and 7 in the first half. It was a go ball to the solo receiver side. And, Auburn looks like they got Mike in one-on-one once again. 3rd and 8 right here. Alford has it, drops back. He wants the out routes. Mike Gunn jumps it. Cameron Coleman, no. Folks, I don't know that you can guard that one better. That's a really good ball. That's a really good catch there by Coleman, who gets tackled at about the 48-yard line, gain of 26 on the play.
Gunn actually had outside leverage on that ball, and he's still able to fit it in. Auburn had a safety over the top, inside out. I think they were trying to just double him, and he's still able to find room to pick up on 3rd and long.
Auburn's had about 20 more plays than the Red Devils here on this one. Problem is the explosive plays. Inside give, and there's a hold, no call, and it's going to be big yards. 1st down yardage, and then some across the 35 to the 34-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 18 on the play. And on that one, the DN, who was trying to fight up to keep contained. I'm not a huge fan of calling for a hold, but when the tackle gets outside the hook shoulder pads as you try to see a rip, that's a key for the officials to let that flag fly. And they've let them play on both sides here tonight. They have let the right tackle get away with assault on the false start. That time he went for a little bit more, and they got him.
Couldn't get away with that one.
1st down and 15.
The Auburn subs in number 93 along the defensive front there. Cam Creighton to come in and I guess put some pressure on the quarterback.
First down, 15. Alford in the gun, claps the hands. Inside give, 1 broken tackle, not 2. Mr. Pitts.
Yep, great job just folding back because that time middle linebacker Ty Hudson comes in, makes the initial contact, not able to get him to the ground. Caleb Pitts, though, keeps pursuing to the football and makes an individual tackle right there. Strong play again.
Amias Greathouse, Kyle King check out. Cam Creighton checks into the game and what they view as a pass rush situation here. We'll see if Central decides to try to run at him. Undersized sophomore. Very, very aggressive. trying to set the edge. Here comes pressure up the middle. Alford is going to run and get knocked out of bounds short of the 30, and Auburn is begging for a hold because there was a hold.
Yeah, that was a bad miss, and the staff is super upset. But Caleb Pitts, again, just with a high motor. He's the one that chases down the running back and gets him to the ground just as he's about to step out of bounds. Pitts has been everywhere tonight.
Yeah,
he's done things physically. He's done things in space. He's done things behind the line of scrimmage. He's been phenomenal.
Central goes with a fake snap count. Now go from 2-back set to a 3-by-1 set. Carnell Jackson checks into the game, and they moved. And the offensive line moved, so it'll be 3rd down and about 12.
It's going to be an obvious passing situation right here. Auburn substituting, playing a lot of people along the defense. Caleb Pitts is going to come back in. He got a breather on the last play, but just too big of a play for him to have to sit on the sidelines.
Yep.
Auburn needs his presence out there.
And they're going over their signals right now about what they want to do. Pete Davis making sure they're all assigned, and Auburn gives away the 5 that they just got, and it was Caleb Pitts.
And I think that's just Caleb, feeling the weight of needing to make a play and, not really paying attention to the ball right there. I think he had his eyes in the backfield, and when Central breaks and tries to break out of their alignment and line up in the new slot, he just moves.
Auburn identifies the receiver in the backfield as once again Upshaw motions from the backfield to the slot. Auburn showing pressure. Pitts wins inside, trying to get it to Cam Coleman. Great coverage, incomplete. 4th down coming.
Yeah, that's a very good job over there by Pete Davis.
4th down, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Central go for it.
Yeah, I thought honestly that they'd run the ball right there and try to get it into a 4th and manageable. But, they're in no man's land. I think this is a good call for them to go for it.
The other thing is, it feels like you throw it 2 times to Cam Coleman, you're going to get 8 yards.
Yeah.
Coleman lines up in the slot, probably showing what they want to as far as trying to get the alignment they want. They'll now shift. Receiver in the backfield. Auburn shows blitz. Alford has it. Tigers have somebody coming free. Caleb Pitts there and coverage on the runt receiver. Yeah. Runs with him stride for stride. Turnover on down.
Yep, unbelievable play by Caleb Pitts again, because that time that's a wide receiver that tries to run a wheel route down the near sideline, and it's Caleb Pitts, the defensive end, that's matched up with Dalen Upshaw, a highly rated receiver out of Central, and Pitts is able to force him out of bounds. I don't think he could have even come back in because of being out of bounds right there.
Central wants a I'd have been awful ticky-tacky on some of the stuff that we've seen go here tonight. Pitch to the outside, Omar Mavson trying to get a block. He's going to run out of bounds. Gibby does a good job of making sure he doesn't get a hold. Coming in and get a late little shoulder check there is Briggs Cameron, who has been all over the field for Central.
Yeah, and they also have their linebacker back in, Hood. After the first drive, he was absent. He's kind of hobbling around out there, but, they need that presence in the middle. Auburn ran the ball last drive.
Askew checks into the game. The outside, wonder if they're going to see if he can win on a one-on-one here. A little bit faster than Gibby on the outside. 2nd down and 5 after the 5-yard run by Maps, and dropping back is Henry Allen. He wants the out route as Ian Nation upset. I don't know if that was a choice. Henry Allen touching his chest because it was one of those, I think you've run the hitch. I think Auburn went to the hitch and go, and Ian thought he was going to have him. Incomplete, 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right there.
Third and 5, and Auburn tries to get to the outside once again on the near side. They're going to mark him at the 39, 3-yard gain, short, 4th and 2 coming.
Tough call right here for Coach Etheridge.
He could go.
Yeah, Auburn has had success running the football. On this drive, it's been wide. Between the tackles has been the bread and butter most of the night. But you're on your side of the field right here. But I just think that, I think I'm with you. You got to be aggressive and you got to maintain possession.
Again, I think you also get Omar involved, whether it be a read or what. Inside give to Mapson, and Auburn does not get the push that they need at all, and Auburn loses a yard. and it will be a turnover on downs.
Well, I mean, that's what they do. I mean, that was Auburn's best against Central's best right there. And Auburn heavy run the ball left. They give it to the guy that has had the hot hand tonight, and Central just comes up better right there.
Turnover on downs after the big stop there by the defense. Red Devils ball, 39 going in, drop back, offered all day to throw. Now some pressure. Caleb Pitts with the sack back to the 50. Loss of 11 on the play.
Well, that's a covered sack down there, Scott, because he's looking Cam Coleman's way the entire time. Auburn double covers him that time. Pete Davis does a really good job of just kind of being right there with him, and then we had a guy right over the top as well with number 3, Jackson Mills.
Now it's second down and 29.
Yeah, long play like this. I mean, they obviously have skill guys that can go vertical, but you look screens, draws, things to get it in third and manageable here.
Second down. Check it. Second down and 21. Inside give up the middle. Deuce White in there. It's going to be third down and long coming.
Auburn now swapping corners this time, so it looks like they've asked the senior defensive back Pete Davis to be the mirror, the shadow of Cam Coleman in this second half, and I think that's a good decision by this Auburn coaching staff.
Well, Central liked that matchup. Pete's been really good so far here tonight, but with Coleman, he's so good it only takes one.
Yeah.
And in this one, you can max protect it and say, Cam, go deep. We're going to throw the ball deep to you. Play action, drops back, and here comes pressure. Alford wants the dragger, has his receiver, will be tackled short back to the original line of scrimmage, fourth down and about 9 or 10. And we'll see if Central wants to play field position and punt, or do they want to send skill on and go for it?
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for it, 4th and 10. They haven't pulled the punter out tonight, so I have no idea what type of punter they have, but big play right here for Auburn.
Could it be a pooch punt? But 4th down and 10, Central smelling blood. 14 seconds left to go on the play clock. Auburn making sure they're aligned properly. Tigers showing Bell in the coverage. They bring 5. Pressure up the middle, wants the out route, had him open. Pete Davis undercut it about as well as you could have. Still hits Coleman in the hands, incomplete. Another turnover on downs. Tigers get it back.
Yeah, back-to-back turnover on downs by this Auburn defense. Now, again, sustain a drive. See if you can get it down here and put 7 points on the board. Man, you do that in this place gets loud, it gets crazy, and you get a lot of pressure that gets onto the shoulders and the backs of that team in white.
Big drive here. On the turnover on downs, the backside on inside zone just got beat across their face, and the defensive end makes the tackle on an inside zone play. 2-by-2 set once again for the Tigers. Allen in the gun, claps the hands. Inside give to Flakes. Flakes breaks one tackle, and then he's running so hard, fighting to the 45-yard line, gain of about 6.
And Central's got a kid hurt down. Yeah, they all started waving for their training staff as soon as he goes down. It's 93
that
for
is
them.
A Darius Lee, 6 foot 220, a junior.
Yeah, his teammates knew it immediately. But, man, how about the run right there by Flakes? Something got into him at halftime because he is running like a different person right here. He reminds me of the kids that we had that were defensive backs that became tailbacks a couple of years ago.
J.T. Rogers and Amari Hutchinson.
Yes, those kids ran hard, and that was a throwback right there by Flakes.
Yep, something got into him late in the second quarter into halftime, and we've seen a different senior running back here in the second half where he has run the ball hard. We'll take this break with him as the defensive lineman is down as the trainers take a look at him. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. walking off slowly. With support with his arms around both around somebody as he is limping off the sideline. Second down and 4 here. Tigers down 27-13, 140 and rolling here in the third quarter. Tigers in their 3 tight end set. Inside give. Flakes runs hard across the 45, 44, maybe the 43. Third down and 2 to 3. We'll call it a 3.
Yeah, I think Auburn feels like they can run the ball here and do what they want to keep the sticks moving on this possession.
Allen in the gun, claps a hand. Give up the middle to Flakes. Flakes runs hard, but no push.
Yeah.
On that one, 4th down and 2 coming.
Yeah, no push, and that's big number 5, Trent Hood, that we've talked about a lot. The biggest linebacker that I've seen so far this year that Auburn's competed against.
Yeah, and Auburn knows they're in it, but also the defense is starting to play better, so Auburn's going to say, hey, let's go give ourselves some field position and punt this one away. And McKinnell back on to punt. I don't think a fake would be in effect here. McKinnell booms it away, and a good one. High spiraling kick, fair catch called for, and made at about the 21-22 yard line. And that's where the Red Devils will take over with 21 seconds left to go here in the third.
Well, the defense has played better, and I think Auburn feels a little bit more confident in what they're doing with Coleman on the perimeter, getting some pressure on the quarterback. They gave up one big run last drive, but they've held together very well so far in the second half. See if they can't get a field position win right here and then get the ball back and try to put some points on the board.
The put in of Cheetah Webb at nickel has kind of forced Central to go away from what they wanted to do in their RPO game. Inside give and patience on the outside. Davis Smith is going to track down number 24 Williams. Great patience, allowed the line to get to the second level, just slow and steady. That looked like a play we saw a lot last year.
Yeah.
And gain of about, they'll mark it back at about the 38 on that one, gain of about 16.
Well, that's the price you pay for playing the nickel guy. You lose something in your run support right there. That just means that your front 6 here, they just have to stand tall and be able to shut that down.
Central will take it to the quarter. We'll take this break with them. We'll be back in 1 minute. Tigers down 27-13, but played a lot better there in that third quarter. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. Station identification here on the Auburn High School Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Wings 94.3 is an Auburn network. Auburn Opelika.
Sam Boyd back in the Auburn Network studio. Start of the fourth quarter, Tigers down 27-13 against Central. A first down and 10 coming for the Red Devils from their own 38. Something happened once again, and it really looked like the offensive line moved early. Regardless, you know who they didn't block?
Number 11.
Holy cow, Caleb.
Yeah,
Have yourself a game.
He has played fantastic tonight. Really, the whole defensive front, I think, has played well. Deuce White's in there. Caleb Crawford has done a big part. Michael Foster, I've seen in there making plays. All these guys came to play this second half.
And then Kyle King and Amyas Greathouse rotating in, giving those guys breaks have also been big. Second down and 10, 11:20 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Alford will have it, and no, play action. Want the post to Crawford, or to Coleman in stride for the touchdown. Play action post, and that one was put in the absolute perfect spot. I don't know if Pete thought he was going to have safety help. Jackson Mills looked like he rolled down, and that is a backbreaker there.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he's the guy that they've gone to and when they've needed it. And anytime they put the ball in his radius, he's come down with it. But, predominantly he's just run by our guys. He's used his speed to be the vertical threat, and that time we just had no answer for him.
PAT is up, and PAT is good. 34-13. 3-touchdown lead here for the Tigers. We'll be back, or 3-touchdown hold for the Tigers. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Back deep to receive for the Tigers. Number 2, Tremarcus Webb. Number 7, Joshua Askew. And number 29, Omar Madsen.
I'm gonna look like, you guys know that picture of Tyler 1? Yeah.
Kicking off for the Red Devils, number 15.
Seconds left to go here in the third quarter. 34-13, Central leads. The story of the game is about as simple as it gets. Central has Cam Coleman, Auburn does not.
Yeah, he's been special tonight, and Auburn knew that. I'm trying to do some things to disrupt timing, but whenever the quarterback has had the opportunity to sit back and deliver one to him, they've hooked up many times tonight.
Cheetah Webb will take it at about the 3, looking to get a seam, runs hard, and will get pretty good return out across the 25 to about the 26. And we've talked about Coleman being good. This might be as impressive of a stat line as I've ever heard, Jack.
7 catches tonight for Cam Coleman, 254 yards total, and 3 touchdowns. That will give to you a number 1 wide receiver in the country staple on your on your helmet, Scott.
That's tough to do in video games.
Yeah. And they've been earned. I mean, it's been in critical situations many times, 3rd and longs, that he's been able to break open.
And the other thing is, it's been there's a couple of them have been in 3rd down. They did a good job of formation, and a couple times it's a special player. Henry Allen keeps it that time, makes one guy miss, the second guy miss, and then gets hit and tackled at about the 35, 36 yard line, gain of about 9 on the play. Finally keeps it on that zone read and gets what he can out of it. And it's a good play for Henry Allen. And now you're in a tough spot where the game probably is now out of reach. 3 touchdowns in 10 minutes is tough. But this is about go out there and play. See what happens. You get a touchdown, maybe an onside or a turnover or something, and see what happens. Henry Allen drops back, good protection. Now it comes out. And I think the ball was coming forward. They're going to say there was a fumble. Omar Madsen, Johnny on the spot, and Auburn recovers. I think if that's in a different league, that's coming back.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. If they replayed it, his arm was probably moving forward when he let that thing go. But, he just held it a little bit too long that time. Pressure got to him. He was looking for a wheel route that Central covered pretty solidly, and just didn't have the time to check down.
Allen drops back, wants a screen, finds Omar. Needs some screen, needs a block, gets 1, gets 2. First down yardage, cuts back. They tackle in space so well. Briggs Cameron, I've said his name a bunch here tonight, number 17 for Central, and now he's a little bit slow to get up. He's been all over the field. First down yardage, out to the 20, a gain of, or to the 50, gain of 20 on the play.
Well, I agree. 17 for Central, has made many plays tonight, but that time he gets hurt trying to bring down Omar. Omar has been just sensational in just about every facet.
He took a step last week in the Opelika game.
He did.
With 3 touchdowns, a couple of big catches, and he's been very, very good here tonight as well.
Yeah, the Auburn sophomore running back. He runs with great vision and a lot of power.
And, you know, you come into this game, turnovers and big plays. We talked about all that. Auburn did it in spurts, but when Auburn didn't do it, Central being the number one team in the state, not only do they have a big play for, you know, a moment, it was a touchdown.
That's right. Yeah, turnovers are vital when you're playing a team as good as Central, and you can't be on the losing end of that, and Auburn is tonight.
Pitch sweep to the boundary. Omar runs hard across the 45, 46, 47, 48. And
I saw that. Omar took a knee right there at the end of the play to the face.
And Auburn quickly on him, and we're going to go ahead and step away. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Attention large property owners and adventure seekers. If you're looking for a reliable and
I think I might stare at the moon too. Should I just say moon and then not talk? Moon. Guys, I'm gonna get home. I'm gonna start sobbing.
Good to see Omar up and walking towards the sideline. Just a random knee that I don't think he could see. Gain of 9 on the play. We'll get Omar's stats for you in just a second. Now Tyler Flakes will check in.
Like, it's not just his foot now. It's straight up his entire leg. His entire his...
And Tyler Flakes has run the ball just as hard as Omar in the second half. He's been a special guy himself.
The hitch on the outside has Gibby. Gibby is going to be tackled, and that will be an unnecessary roughness because you cannot pick somebody up and drive them into the ground.
Yep.
Central's sideline explodes. Pat Nix runs over there to get him back. And him and the official have a conversation. That's one of the plays that's trying to get taken out of football. It's just a wrestling body slam that back in the day is not even looked at. But now they do not want you driving players into the ground.
Right. That was 11 Red Morgan for them, and
I don't think there's nothing dirty about the play. They just want that play done and out of the game where you don't pick up and drive people into the ground. Henry Allen drops back. Here comes the blitz, and he does a good job of throwing it out, and there's going to be a roughing the passer as Henry Allen got the ball away. And then also you probably could have called a penalty on the running back who got hit. Auburn picks up 2 personal foul penalties by the Red Devils. And with that, they're moving to the Byron Smokehouse Breakfast Red Zone. Byron Smokehouse, an Auburn tradition for over 30 years. Central fans are upset about the calls, but I've been to Garrett Harrison Stadium enough to not have a whole lot of bad feelings for them.
I agree with that. There has definitely been some not good calls for Auburn over there, but I didn't see the hit right there on the quarterback.
I'll say this.
I was watching the ball, and you're right. It was a hard high hit on the running back over trying to receive the pass.
Sweep to Flakes. Flakes looking for a seam. Finally finds one. Gets hit hard. He's short of the goal line. That's a good call. On 1st down and 10. It feels like that's a couple of times this year. Auburn has found 1st and goal from the 10. Gain of 9. 2nd down and goal from the 1.
Yeah, I wish that Tyler Flakes could have put that ball in. He's run so hard in this second half. He deserves to reach pay dirt here.
Nice replay there by Auburn mass media, and he was down. Great hands by Henry Allen to save what he can out of it. It's going to be to the 3-yard line as that one was high and to the left.
I don't know what Auburn's asking of their centers when they get inside the 5-yard line, but we don't really have a lot of problems with snaps. But tonight they've all happened down inside the 5. Omar Mapson had to make a great catch on the touchdown run that he had at quarterback.
Auburn trying to get what they want right here. 15 seconds left to go on the play clock. And now Auburn will call in Tyler McKinnell And now they would try to start getting it correct, but there's 5 seconds left to go on the play clock. 2-1, Auburn gets it off, and Allen keeps it and scores. Looks like that might have been a little bit of a midline read there. Right up the middle goes Allen from 3 yards out, and that makes it 34-19 with 7:34 left to go here.
Well, they do a good job of just getting that ball off, Scott. The play didn't come in until about 8 seconds left, and I don't think Henry had his eyes on the play clock. They snap the ball with 1, and he does a good job of just finding the wiggle room, the open space to get that ball in the end zone and see if they can't make something out of this in this next possession.
Towns Magoo on to attempt the PAT. Kick is up, and that kick is good. 7:34 left to go here. Tigers have cut it to 34-20. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Experience and knowledge from the
Auburn still trying to run guys. I think they've had such an issue with some injuries tonight, some guys banged up that they're trying to throw the next best guy out there. They're not even sure where to put him.
Well, the other thing is you now have a lot of guys playing a lot of snaps. Auburn will try to pooch it to the near side, and
that's a
catch.
Play, yeah.
What a catch. It's either number 9 Colin Freeberg or it's number 9 TJ Thomas. And the problem is Towns has such a big leg, he had to slow down so much. And I don't know that this side of the line of the kick cover group thought it was coming.
Well, they put Cheetah out there, and maybe they
was on the far side.
Yeah, he was, and they kicked away from where he was. So not a bad call as far as just trying to put it in that void. They make a nice catch, over-the-shoulder running catch by a guy that hasn't played much tonight.
And they will take over at the 39. Will the Red Devils? Play action, want the go ball on the far side. Davis Smith runs into him.
He intercepted that.
Incomplete, out of bounds.
Wow.
Auburn fans can get mad that it wasn't a pick. I'm going to be happy it wasn't a PI because Davis Smith ran over there, a little pump and go. He had no idea where the ball was.
Yeah, but he turned at the last moment right here.
Little bit of contact.
I think that's what was his saving grace, but I would like to.
I don't know that he didn't catch that inbounds. Nice job there by Davis. 10 penalties for 84 yards for Central, 1 for 2 for Auburn. That's something to make you mad if you're a Red Devil. And Auburn gets pressure. Jace Williams right up the middle, and it interrupts the timing for Cam Coleman. Cam wanted, I don't know what he wanted. It looked like he created space. Incomplete, 3rd down and 10.
Well, again, it's about disrupting timing, and Cam Coleman had separation right there, but Auburn gets a free runner, number 21. That was Jace Williams is able to get in there on the quarterback. This is the money down for Central right here. Auburn just has to sacrifice 2 players for number 8.
The thing is, I don't know you're ever going to cover Coleman. You just got to make it to where you can't throw it to him wide open. Auburn showing bumping. I hope somebody's coming over the top to Coleman. Coleman pushes vertical, comes back, and there it is.
Yeah.
Right at the sticks. Alford right at it. Throws it as he's getting hit. Great throw, great catch.
But never looked anywhere else. I mean, it was coming down here the entire time. And if you're going to play off coverage like that with a safety help, you've got to have outside leverage and not allow that out route to be completed. That's hard to teach because we don't typically teach that for anyone else unless you're playing a special player.
Inside give up the middle. There's a seam and a hold. No call. Ty Hudson got absolutely put around the neck. And you want to know how I know it's a hold? Is number 54 for the Red Devils, Ben Apai, puts his hands up. He gets to him, hooks him. Ty tries to go around him, and he gets spun. The hands are on the outside the frame, and he puts the hands up. It's a hold. It was a missed call. It is what it is.
Yeah.
6:40 left to go here in this one. There's the inside give once again to Williams as this offensive line is starting to create some seams now as Auburn been on the field a lot here in the second half. Deuce White will check out, and Myers Greathouse will check in.
And Auburn's playing with 6 defensive backs as well. So, I mean, Auburn's already sacrificing in the box. You know, they're trying to form a perimeter to as best they can, contain a vertical passing attack. And you're going to have number shortages in the interior. But, you know, Auburn has stood up most of the night. It's just late in the fourth quarter now, and Central's finding some running lanes.
They're the only team that I have seen that runs that particular weight scheme. Kind of Wake Forest did it with the delayed inside zone. Let the line get hat on a hat and then pull it late for an RPO or let the back take off. It's a really, really good scheme, and they have found a way to run it really, really well.
Yeah, but it requires those backs to be patient and then find the open running room. And, you know, Central's had a lot of backs over the years that have been able to do that very well, and you know, it's no shortage of them tonight.
5:58 left to go here. We'll be back after 30 seconds. Tigers down 34-12 or 20. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
They all blew up and exploded into the millions and billions.
The lawyers.
4-3, part of the Auburn Network.
5:58 left to go here. Central trying to ice this one away with a 2-score lead. They still can't get the exact formation they want out. This might have been as they move Coleman inside. They move out one of their tight ends. Tigers show blitz, and they get a run through, and they miss him. To Coleman in the end zone. Touchdown.
Yeah.
Tigers had the blitzer. Tigers had the free runner. It's a great play by Alford to make the guy miss. And then it's Coleman on the safety, and Coleman makes the play. You know what? Auburn's there to make the play, and they don't. Central converts. That play right there is the ball game. Like, Auburn has had chances.
Yep.
They have missed the chances. Central has not.
Yeah. No, you're exactly right. Central does a good job formationally to get the matchup that they want on a safety, but it was all shouldn't have never happened. They pull a guy, and we run right through the gap and just can't get him on the ground in the backfield.
Extra point is up and good. We'll have Cam Coleman's numbers when we come back, as it is beyond a video game number at this point in time. We'll be back in 30 seconds. 41-20, Tigers trail. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. Made a small number of mistakes here tonight, but all of them have resulted in touchdowns for Central. Not just big plays, touchdowns.
Yeah, Central, I mean, it has just made Auburn pay dearly for all the mistakes, all the missed tackles, all the third and long conversions. And Cam Coleman, man, if you put it in the vicinity, he's made some big plays against Auburn tonight.
Cheetah Webb will pick up the rolling punt or rolling kickoff and went hard, and then tried to make a big play and ends up getting tackled inside the 20. Jack, I know the numbers were video game-like last time. They're even more so video game-like now.
Yeah, if you're planning on buying the new NCAA football game coming out this next summer, you're going to want Cam Coleman on your team. Check this stat line out. 9 catches, 287 yards, now 4 touchdowns for the #1 wide receiver in the country, Scott.
Yikes, that's Jerry Rice at Mississippi Valley State type stuff. And the thing is, you want to say, well, cover better. Auburn's had pressures to stop it, and then there's been times where they haven't taken advantage of it. Flakes up the middle into the open field. 35-40 will be caught, and then the Central DB did not try to tackle. He just tried to rip the ball out. Who's the flag on?
I don't know. Maybe a horse collar. But
a flag came from a ways away.
I mean, he wasn't really in position for that, but
it's a gain of 32. It's a face mask. Gain of 32 plus 5. Gain of 37 plus the 15. And this is what Central fans say is we come to Doug Sanford Stadium in Auburn, Alabama, and we get called for all these penalties. There's a lot of penalties, and there's a big penalty and yardage discretion here tonight. Well, I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just pointing out that there's a big penalty discretion. But most of these are stuff that's not a judgment call. You see the face mask go down, you throw the flag. And also, I don't want to hear anything about officiating after the call from a couple of years ago at Phoenix City, Alabama, where
on the lateral, the interception, that one has video evidence.
Yes.
That one was rough. That one kept Auburn out of the state championship.
Yeah, because the next play, Caleb Nix makes an unbelievable run for 56 yards, but never should have had that opportunity.
And that was an overturned call, too.
It was called Auburn ball and then got overturned to an incomplete pass. 5:20 left to go here in this one. 41-20 Tigers trail. Henry Allen drops back and now throws it. Auburn ran the screen one too many times. Central defensive line finally smelled the rat. Auburn's going to lose a couple on that one.
Yeah, I mean, the Red Sea parted right there. Henry probably could have just ran a draw for a touchdown. But tries to get that ball in there on the play call, but actually Auburn loses yardage by completing the pass.
Yeah, if that one, you almost say, hey, just run it. Rolling to the left, Henry flips the hips as now you're starting to see some off coverage, so anything underneath, Central can drive on it coming up, and was Eccles on that one, incomplete. 3rd down and about 12.
Eccles has played well for Central. He's a sophomore. When you look at their sheet here for their roster, and he looks like he's comfortable out there playing on an island, playing against Ian Nation.
Yeah, if you think the Central run is slowing down, I can tell you from coaching at the 8th grade level, no. There are dudes upon dudes coming up. Allen drops back, gets hit hard, finds the guy wide open. That's Cody Palmer who gets tackled. 1st down yardage inside the 20. And with that play, Auburn High School once again moves into the Byron Smokehouse red zone. Byron Smokehouse, an Auburn tradition for over 30 years.
Well, that's the best pass Henry Allen's thrown tonight. I mean, he had to stand in there. He took a huge shot and throws that ball over the middle, 20 yards downfield, and keeps the chains moving.
And Auburn High has an offensive lineman that is down, and it is the best offensive lineman. It is Clem Womack, the left tackle. And now, in a 3-touchdown game, Auburn, who's going to play for the playoff lives the next 2 weeks against Prattville and Smith, need to make sure you get out of this one healthy.
Yeah, no doubt.
4:30 left to go. I was about to send it to break. Well, Clem decided to use the break charm before we actually got to the break and gets up, and we'll start limping off to the sideline.
It looked like he went down late. I couldn't tell. He may have been caught up with the traffic that took Henry Allen down right there, but whatever it is, they don't seem too concerned about it with Clem.
See how long he stays out. That will send out Pritchett once again. He'll go to right tackle. Aiden Platt will go to left tackle.
A great experience for Pritchett tonight. I mean, he's held his own. He's played a good ball game.
2-by-2 set here for the Tigers. Midline once again, and running hard is Tyler Flakes. Makes one guy miss, and he's going to get 4 when he should have got about 1.
Yeah, absolutely. Not a lot there. He makes something out of not much. Takes some big shots there too. I mean, Central really just kind of unleashing the defensive end. That time comes in, peels back, and gets a big shot.
Give once again to Flakes. Flakes runs hard, close to first down yardage as Auburn moves inside the 10. Looks like it's going to be 3rd down and about 1.
Yeah, McLean out there on the edge. He does a nice job of being able to, as he's losing leverage, just not holding on to the defender right there and picking up a holding call. That would have been brutal with Auburn positioned at the 7-yard line.
3rd and 1. Auburn has used this 2-by-2 look a lot here tonight. Give to Flakes, tries to get to the edge, carries a guy across the 5, has his first down yardage, and we've seen a different Tyler Flakes here in the second half.
I agree, man. If you have some positives that you're going to walk out of here with tonight, I think that one of them is that at the running back position, you have 2 guys that have run very hard tonight. Now, Omar took the shot and hasn't been back in the second half, but Tyler Flakes came out of the locker room as a different guy. And, man, it's proceeded through the rest of this entire half.
Tight end attached to the right side with twin receivers as well. Flakes lined up on the weak side. He's going to run outside zone, try to put his foot in the ground and get north and south. Not there. No gain on the play. Under 3 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. 41-20, Central leads. 2nd down and goal coming.
Yeah, they bring Cheetah Webb in now. I think that he's going to take the place of,
Yeah, he's going to check in at running back. I think he's the only other running back that has gotten first-team varsity experience. So that's one thing with Omar going down. Auburn now becomes very thin at the running back spot. Give to Cheetah Webb, trying to get to the outside, and he'll put his foot in the ground and run hard to about the 3, gain a couple, 3rd down and goal coming.
Yeah, you can see the design. Now, his helmet popped off, so he'll have to come out.
Flakes gets a swig of water, and he runs back in.
But you could tell he wants to use that speed to get outside, but you can see the coaching in him that, hey, man, you're not going to outrun these guys to the corner. Let's get north and south and get what you can.
Now you got to see, is there a zone read concept you like here? You got that into the end zone last time. Or is there something for a one-on-one? Inside give and Flakes. I think that was a guy that was supposed to be trapped. And going to be gain of 2 on the play. Stoppage on the play.
That was a flag.
It's going to be half the distance. It'll stay 3rd down.
Well, from a coaching standpoint, just a coaching point, you want to punch this ball in right here, and you want to be able to look your team in the eyes and say,
we clean up.
We clean up our mistakes. We don't give up the big plays, but just one play, guys, one play on a 14-point swing.
Yeah,
that's the difference in the ball game. And to be able to push that message onto your guys, I think helps them to know that, hey, when we face each other again, there's no fear, there's no back down. We can play with these guys. We just have to play clean.
Auburn goes counter and a yard short, 4th down and goal coming.
Well, it's a struggle to get this last one. This is where you miss Omar Mapson.
Yeah.
You also have Clem Womack that
you got
that you don't have either. So you've got your two horses, your best offensive lineman, your best running back that aren't in on this, and Auburn's going to take a timeout.
And the other thing is in a 3-touchdown game, if you got something in your back pocket, probably don't want to show it. You want to keep it there.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
We'll be back in 30 seconds. Tigers trying to punch one in and just make one more score here in the fourth quarter. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
She's really an asset for 5 minutes of ready, guys.
I didn't hear her deny it. I didn't hear
Dylan, you're cutting it.
Out, Auburn goes heavy and keeps in Henry Allen. Deuce White and Caleb Pitts in front of the quarterback. High snap, and Henry Allen fights through it, gets to the goal line, and is pushed back. They will call him short of the line to gain. And Central, it means a lot to them. And there will be a flag, and there probably should be another flag, and there it is. As there will be a bunch of personal foul, unsportsmanlike penalties called on the Central defensive players.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, it was inside the one.
Bad snap.
And another snap issue. You know, that's been another issue tonight that hasn't been a problem all season. But for whatever reason, Auburn inside the 5-yard line tonight, 3 snaps that have just been hard to handle.
What I think is happening is I think Central is moving number 88, Isaiah Faga, the Alabama commit, to 0, to a 0 nose, and now Jalen Foster has to deal with that.
Yeah.
This will be 2 personal fouls, half the distance penalties for the Red Devils, one of which was the penalty we saw that Auburn got at Opelika for taunting the student section, which I'm not really sure how I feel about that. If it's not at the team, it is what it is. There's also a penalty right over where Henry Allen was tackled.
Yeah. Well, they said they were
actually they would be offsetting. Well, so that means Auburn got called for one. My guess is trying to get the Central player off of Henry Allen.
Yeah.
And then the Central defensive back got it for taunting the Auburn student section. As Central will be able to get out of Duck Sanford Stadium with a win, and it will be a region championship for the Red Devils. And the South will once again go through Garrett Harrison Stadium. But last year, Auburn went through Garrett Harrison Stadium to win the South.
Yep, that was an amazing drive that Auburn engineered to win that game 14-13. I still, you know, we've talked about it off air, just the feeling of, you know, there's a lot of positives that you can take away from this game, a lot of good teaching points, and, you know, they can grow. Now, how bad the injury bug is, I think makes a difference.
You got to find a way to be healthy come playoff time. And the other thing is you now know inside give, and Central will get out of the red zone, and that'll do it. Auburn will not call their timeouts, and they will say, good game, Central. Hopefully we'll see you again in a couple of weeks. 41-20, your final. A couple of mistakes by Auburn lead to touchdowns by the Central Red Devils, and Cam Coleman, if you did not know, is indeed that dude. We'll be back with the postgame show. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Taylor, you did not just do me like that. Where are you?
Here. I'll get the graphic. What?
Hello and welcome to AHS Final, and what a game. I mean, unfortunate Auburn wasn't able to come out with the victory, but very hard-fought game between both teams. Central pulling out the win 41-20 in the Duck to move on to 8-0 and 7-0 in Region 2, as well as clinching the #1 seed in Region 2. And then Auburn, tried really hard. I'm going to get into some positives and negatives a little later in the show. But, Auburn now 6-2, 4-2 in Region 2. Still a lot to play for. Definitely in the playoff hunt still. And Auburn will look to gain a lot from this game moving forward. And now looking at some scores across the state really quick. #2, Clay Chalkville ended up beating Oxford, although Oxford kind of made it close. Kind of gave them a little scare there at the end. 28-14 was the final score for the Cougars to move on to 8-0 and the Yellow Jackets to move to 6-2. And then Percy Julian is actually kind of in a fight against Prattville on the road. It's 18-28 with Percy Julian has the ball right now late in the fourth quarter. We'll see how that game pans out. You can go check that out on NFHS. And then I have a score from Thompson, and if you're a Tuscaloosa County fan, kind of turn down the volume really quick. Thompson won 39-0 at home to move to 7-1 overall and 6-0 in Region 3. And getting close, actually, no, because this next score, Thompson actually did clinch Region 3 tonight, #1 seed, because we had a huge upset in Hewitt-Trussville, and I kind of predicted it in AHS Countdown. I still went with the safe pick in Hewitt, but I kind of felt like this could have been an upset. Spain Park putting up a 50-piece on the Huskies, 50-29 in Hewitt-Trussville. They won that game to move to 5-3 and 3-3 in Region 3. Keep their playoff hopes up, and maybe, who knows, they could be a team that could scare some teams in the playoffs as an unexpected. Hewitt-Trussville, very unexpected loss, 6-3 now, 4-2 in Region 3, but hey, still a lot to play for, although Thompson clinches the first seed. And then also some other scores really quick. Mary Montgomery moves to 9-0, continues their dream season. 34-7 was the score on the road at Daphne. And then Bob Jones and Austin are late in the fourth, but this game seems pretty much over. #10 Austin is up 28-7 at home. A bit of a surprise because a lot of us on the AHS Countdown panel, including me, predicted that Bob Jones could possibly go in there and upset them, especially after their past two upsets against James Clemens and Sparkman. But that's not the case. Austin's going to win that one. And then, of course, this game, Central won 41-20. Let's look at the game in review real quick. Central, Cam Coleman, #8, the wide receiver. Wide receiver 1, the #8 recruit. Kind of funny, his number is 8, and then he's #8 recruit in the country for next year's draft class. Just absolute stud and played like it tonight. 200-plus receiving yards, 4 receiving touchdowns, 2 in the first, 2 in the second. I mean, really just single-handedly helped this Central team get to a win. Also, their QB, Arthur Ashford, had an absolute game. 350-plus passing yards and 4 touchdowns, all to Cam Coleman. And then the defense actually really stepped up in the second half for the Red Devils. I mean, they held Auburn to a field goal on the first drive of the second half, which Auburn went 14 plays for 54 yards. Looked like they were going to score, but then unable to because that Central defense was just too tough. And speaking of the Auburn offense, I mean, you come out with the loss, and in the second half, I mean, only putting up 10 points. The Auburn defense played really well, but the Auburn offense, I mean, it just wasn't clicking tonight. Usually it is. I mean, there was a lot of drop passes, like I said, at halftime. That continued in the second half. The running game was really good, though, and Omar Mabson. Actually, Henry Allen also had a rushing touchdown in the second half, the only touchdown in the second half for the Auburn Tigers. Omar had 150-plus rush yards and 1 rushing touchdown. And then the Auburn defense, I mean, a little bit of, unfortunate